Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good afternoon. I beg to Dr. Nurani. So today I would like to present to you a video about my blog analysis assignment, which is on violence as a whole blog. But before I go further, I would like to tell you a brief explanation, just a short detail about who is the blogger itself. So the name of the blogger is Nicole Lofton. She is a 26-year-old single mom living in US. She has been an activist throughout her life because she herself is a domestic violence victim, or in other words, she has survived domestic violence herself. So she writes a few books and also a few blogs to motivate others outside here, so that anyone who has been through the same experience as her can feel the same way and can also share their stories through her blog. So I will go further. Why do we choose this blog? It is because this blog presents to us a serious issue about domestic violence, and we all know that domestic violence is a very important issue nowadays. And also, we choose this blog because this blog motivates the readers in the sense that this blog has a lot of motivational issues and motivational words that she uses in order to motivate the readers. So, in this assignment, we have been asked to analyze the blog. So, there are a few tools that we can use to analyze the blog, which is first conversation, social language, discourse, and intertextuality. But in our blog, we choose to use conversation and social language to analyze the blog. But in my presentation, I would like to tell you only about conversation. So, what is conversation itself? As we all know, conversation is one of the tools that is used to analyze the blog. So, conversation refers to the issues that is happening in the world, or in the sense that they are the serious issues or themes that is happening in this whole world. Some of the issues that is happening are such as maybe abortion, or human trafficking, terrorism, or even global warming. But in this assignment, we choose domestic violence as the main issue highlighted in the blog. So, what are 7 realities? We use the tools to build the 7 realities, which are significance, practice, identities, relationships, politics, connections, and science systems and knowledge. But in this assignment, we did not use all because we couldn't find any connection in it. So we only use significance, practice, identities, relationship, politics, and science systems and language. So I will go further into this blog assignment. First of all, about the conversation itself. The conversation highlighted in this, as we all know, conversation is the main issue highlighted in the blog. So, in this assignment, we can see that domestic violence is the issue highlighted in the blog. She relates the blog articles to the theme and the social issue, which is domestic violence. As we all know, domestic violence is a type of violence that is always happening not only to women but also kids nowadays. Okay, so in this thing, the big issue highlighted in this blog, readers have the knowledge of DV. In other words, Nicole Lofton has the knowledge of domestic violence because she is the survivor herself. She survives domestic violence as well as she also the victim. That's why she writes this blog. She writes this blog because she wants to tell everybody, share her experience, and also motivate the readers, whoever is the victim of domestic violence. So, by using conversation, we build the 7 realities, which are the significance, practice, identities, science system language, relationships, and politics. So, in here, we could say, first of all, the significance itself. Significance is that someone is trying to highlight what is the blogger is trying to tell us. So in this, the blogger tries to show others that domestic violence is a very serious issue and is something that is very important that we need to understand. So she showed others that domestic violence is a very serious issue by the choice of words such as hurt, violence, or even abuse. There are a lot of words and sentences that can relate to the issue, which is domestic violence. So she highlighted all these words in her blog. Okay, next, I'll move on to the identities, which is she uses language to enact her identity, which in this case, she is an activist and also she is a motivator. Why do we say that? Because she has the knowledge about domestic violence. So she enacts her identities through her blog by using the words that we can say that she motivates others and the victims and the survivors and stuff. The uses of language that she uses and also every tips and advice that she includes in the blog shows that she is an activist and also a survivor herself. Next, I'll move on to relationship. Relationship is that we try to build different kinds of relationship with other people. In this case, she is a blogger who tries to build a relationship with the readers. So she is a survivor, she is a victim of domestic violence. So she encourages and motivates through the words that she uses in her blog. She motivates others to always stand for yourself, to never give up, and also to always we should never give up when we are in that kind of situation. So she built good relationship with the readers. And last but not least, we move on to politics, which is the distribution of social goods. She emphasized domestic violence, which is a very bad thing throughout her blog. So we all know that domestic violence is socially unacceptable. So in this blog, she manipulates our perspectives by keep telling us that domestic violence is a bad thing and it's not something that we should not practice. And last but not least, sound system and language. She uses the language herself to make people understand. In this case, she uses English in the blog so that everybody in the world can understand what she is trying to say or what she's writing, because she uses international language, which is English. So, as we all know, English is something that is easy to understand. And tips, she also includes tips, motivations, and also shares her experience. So that's all from me for my video presentation. I would like to thank you to Dr. Nuraini. Okay, that's all from me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.